The town of Eko-Ewu came together during the weekend to honor the life and legacy of late Chief Honorable Chris Enegbe in a heartfelt burial ceremony that was both a solemn farewell and a vibrant celebration of his impactful life. The ceremony, attended by family, friends and members of the community, included a traditional social dance reflecting the rich cultural heritage that Chief Enegbe cherished. His family and friends paid heartfelt tributes, painting a portrait of a man who was not only a revered elder but also a pillar of the community. His children, speaking, described Chief Enegbe as a man of great wisdom and unwavering discipline, a great politician who had the Esan people at heart. They highlighted their father's dedication to the betterment of the Esan people, his commitment to the community, family and his disciplined approach to life, which has set a standard that they all aspire to follow.
I just want to say that my dad is a hero. He's a man of justice. He's a man of equity. He's a man of fairness. He's a man who has lived a life of truth. A man who defined the essence of living. A man who distinguished himself in his field of calling. A man who has left a legacy behind that will continue to live. And today I'm proud to say that I'm one of the legacies that my father has left behind. You know, having him as a father is a privilege. It's a lifetime privilege that I will forever cherish, because the things he taught me, how he raised me, his investment in me is something I will forever cherish. And I want us to say again that, Daddy, I love you. I appreciate all you've done for me. I celebrate you for the life you live. You know, it doesn't matter the numbers of life you live on earth. It's the impact you made in the life of others that matters. And I can't want to say without any altar of misconstruction that my father lived a worthy and a fruitful and productive life. And I pray that his soul continue to rest in the bosom of his creator, and the children he left behind, God will continue to protect us. My father was a honorable man, the man for the people, the man that stand for truth, and he fought all his life for its community and the whole of Ishan as a whole. He was a philanthropist. He was a man of peace. He stood for peace, and he was a father, a grandfather, and also a very good Christian. I can remember when we were growing up then in church. If the choir was not really singing the song so well, he would just stand up, pick up the band and start playing and start singing. So it was awesome in church. When he's always around, it was awesome. We will have a great time in the presence of God and all that. So I feel that we lost a real gem, sincerely, not just to us as a family, to the whole of Esan land. He was a man of the people. He put the people first before the family. You know, sometimes sometimes we just have an argument. I tell my dad, how can you put the people first before your family? It's a crazy thing to do, but this man will tell you, when you are able to help the people will fall back to help the children. That's the sort of philosophy. I was saying, no, they said family first and all that. He was saying, no, don't worry, my child. So the man was a very kind man, very kind man. So I feel right now I'm so emotional. I just want to cry or something. So he's a very good man. In terms of politics, he's one of the men that brought limelight to the people of Esan land. through politics, Anini, him, and some of the persons we know. He was a PDP pioneer before he became an APC man and all that. So he started for the grassroots. What he was really doing then was he picked people from the grassroots. That's what he does. He just said, okay, let's help people from the grassroots. Let's make these people relevant to the society. He did all that. I'm happy that when during his term people came and testified the kind of man he was. So I'm so happy because he was loved. The people respected him, and they came to show their last respect. So I'm so happy because my dad was not just for the immediate family, it was for the people of Eastern Land as a whole. So I'm so happy, and this legacy we are going to just continue it till the end of time. So I'm proud of my dad. I'm so happy that he did so well for the people and for his family. So I'm blessed to have that kind of a man.
First, I would say my father was a man of wisdom. He was a very, very, very wise man in a lot of ways. His wisdom reflected in a lot of things that he did and the way he managed his family and managed community issues. My father was a chief, a very renowned one, a chief that when he speaks, people listen to, and the words that come out of him are words of wisdom. So I cannot describe my father without saying he was a wise man. Sadly, he was I can't believe I'm using the was, to describe my father, but he was a wise man. He was a born leader. He had all the characteristics of a good leader. He spoke for the people. He was a voice to the voiceless, and at every point in time he stood for the right thing. He was not a perfect man, but he was a good man.
So what were some of those qualities you picked from your father or you learned from him?
The first thing that I would say that I learned from my father is the fact that he was able to stand for the truth at all times. No matter how bitter it was, he stood for the truth. No matter how much it was to his own detriment, he stood for the truth regardless. Some people liked him for that, others hated him for it, but regardless, he stood for the truth at all times. And he wasn't afraid, a very confident man. He was never afraid to speak the truth at every point in time. So my father was a man that stood for the truth, and he was confident in whatever it is he was doing, whatever he thought was the right thing to do at every point in time. He did it confidently, without a flinch, without thinking whether he would be liked or disliked for it. So he stood for the truth at all times. That is one of the qualities of my father that I emulate.
Some other family members who spoke said he was a guiding light for the family and the entire community. His wisdom was boundless, and his actions always reflected his deep love for the people.
Well, what I can say about the man is he was a father to everybody. He's a great man from this community. I grew up here. This is my place. Was very close to my father then when my dad was still alive, and I'm a friend to the first son. In short, we finished the same secondary school together. Yes, I know the man. He's a man who, though he doesn't take nonsense, he was a great politician too. A very nice man who always support good, not evil.
Evidently the man is great, because greatness in Africa is measured by the quality of the children that you have, particularly for men at this age. So at this age, the name has been ringing bell, but the names of the children are even ringing more bell. So I think that is actually the greatness that there is there. That is where the greatness is from my point of view.
He was fearless. He was, when you say honorable, he was an honorable man. He is a man of the people. He's a man with a large heart. He's a man that took care of all and sundry. Anyone that comes close to him will attest to this fact that he's a man of peace. He's a man that likes justice. Generally, he's a good man. That's why we're here. We've come far and wide to celebrate this man who was loved by his people, by his family, by his friends and associates.
The social dance that followed the tribute was a testament of Chief Enegbe's love for his culture and his belief in the power of community. As traditional music filled the air, attendees joined in dance, celebrating the life of a man who had given so much to his people. Chief Chris Enegbe's legacy as a devoted leader and a wise elder will continue to inspire future generations. His life was a beacon of dedication, discipline, and love for the Esan people, and his memory will undoubtedly live on in the hearts of all who were privileged to know him. Irene Ejoba, PFM TV News.